This is going to be a relatively chilled practice, primarily focused on calming the nervous system with breathing techniques and some gentle movement. You won't need many props, maybe just like a blanket or a small pillow, just to prop underneath the head. So we're going to start in constructive rest position, so coming onto our back, knees bent, feet flat onto the ground, and just placing the hands onto the lower abdomen below the navel. So you want the fingertips pointing towards the pubic bone and the thumbs pointing towards each other, upper arm bones resting against the ground. And just give yourself a moment just to settle into this position. Sensing into your body and how it's feeling today. And bringing your awareness to your feet. So feeling how your feet are making contact with the ground beneath you. Sensing into the big toe. Sensing into the little toe. Sensing into the toes between them. Sensing into the big toe mound, little toe mound. Center of the heel, and the space between those points. Sensing into the space between the heels and the sit bones. Bring your awareness to your pelvis and feel the heaviness of the pelvis against the ground. Can you begin to map the area of your spine against the ground? Sensing the shoulder blades against the ground. Feeling and sensing into the arm bones. Can you feel and sense the heaviness of the skull against your pillow or against the ground? Can you allow the bones of your body to become heavy, settling and sinking into the ground beneath you? And as you allow this settling and sinking of your body into the ground, can you get a sense of the ground rising up to meet you and support you? So you feel this exchange between the two, and you can allow yourself to feel fully supported in this position. Then begin to sense the hands against your abdomen. Feeling the weight of the hands, the heat. And begin to sense and feel the movement underneath the hands. Sensing into the movement of the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And can you invite the breath to begin to lengthen invite the breath to slow down and get a sense of breathing three-dimensionally into the rib cage. So not just breathing into the front or breathing into the upper chest, but breathing down into the belly, breathing out to the sides of the rib cage, breathing into the back of the body. All the time, just allowing and inviting the breath to slow down and to lengthen out, not being in a rush to get from one breath to the next. And then begin to sense your body like a glass, and the breath is like water being poured in. So as you pour the water into the glass, you fill from the bottom to the top. So getting a sense of the breath beginning to fill into the belly, the ribs, filling all the way to the chest. And as you pour the breath or the water out of this glass, you empty from the top to the bottom. And just continuing with this breath for a few more rounds of filling first into the bottom, the middle, the top, and then emptying from the top, the middle, and the bottom. Filling into the bottom, middle, top, emptying from the top, middle, bottom. Doing that one more time, so filling into the bottom, middle, top, emptying from the top, middle, and bottom. And then from there, we're just going to take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and then just begin to slowly tip the pelvis from side to side, and the knees will just gently move side to side. And then just allow that movement to become a little bit bigger. So the knees are moving to one side, then to the other. Just bringing some gentle movements into the hips, into the spine. And then you can begin to integrate that movement into the head, so the head can turn in the opposite direction to the knees, bringing it back to center. Knees go to one side, head turns to the opposite side. Bring it back to center, knees go to one side, head turns in the opposite direction. Back to center, and back. Good. Coming back to center and then coming onto your side, and then still keeping the pillow underneath the head. Placing the hands on top of each other, knees are bent, and then you're just going to begin to reach past your bottom hand with your top hand. So you're getting some movement into the upper back, sliding the top hand along the bottom, along the arm, and you're touching and stroking your arm and feeling that sensation of the hand in contact with the arm, bringing it across the chest, keeping the bend in the elbow as you reach that upper arm towards the ground, and you're opening up through the chest. And then slide the hand back along the chest, back along the arm, reaching it past the fingertips. You're closing through the chest, opening up through the back. And then once again, sliding the hand along the arm, feeling that contact of the hand along your skin, along your chest, opening the chest up as you reach that upper arm towards the ground, sliding it back across. So even though we can't have contact much contact or touch with other people, we can create this sense of contact and touch with ourselves, feeling the contact of your hand along your skin, along your chest, opening it up. Moving nice and slow and mindfully. And again, sliding it across. And we'll do one more like this. Feeling that contact with the skin, with your body. And I'm bringing it back. Good. From there, we're just going to circle the arm around and overhead, creating a circular movement and bringing it around and back. So circling the arm in a big circular directions. If you're tracing a big circle around you. And again, moving slowly, mindfully. Just doing one more like this. Nice, big, slow circle around. And then from there, we'll come to our other side. So again, just having the pillow underneath the head, stacking the hips on top of each other, knees just in line with the hips, and the feet in line with the knees. Top hand on top of bottom hand, and you're just going to reach the bottom hand forward, creating that closing of the chest, opening through the back, sliding the hand across, feeling that sensation of touch, sliding across the chest, keeping the elbow bent as you bring the upper arm towards the ground, sliding the hand back across, reaching it past the fingertips, sliding it back. And if you want to coordinate breath with movement, you can begin by inhaling and exhale as you bring the hands back. Inhale as you open and exhale. If that doesn't suit, then just breathing at your own pace with your own rhythm. Good. And I'll just do one more like this. And then we'll bring it straight into those big circles overhead. And this nice opening through the chest, that movement through the spine, the upper spine. And try to limit the movement as much as possible in the pelvis, so you're really beginning to isolate it into the upper body. You're going to do one more like this, nice big circle around. And then from there, we'll come to hands and knees. Spreading the fingers wide, planting the hands into the ground, bringing the knees underneath the hips. And then from there, we're just going to some cat-cows. So as we exhale, beginning to round through the spine, arching the spine up towards the ceiling, pressing down through the hands. And then as you inhale, beginning to arch through the spine, gazing forward. And again, coordinating breath with movement as you exhale, rounding through the spine. And as you inhale, beginning to arch. And can you begin to match the breath with the movement? Which begins or ends first? Really beginning to tune into how you breathe and how you move. So can you begin the movement as you begin the breath? And can you end the movement as you end the breath? And then coming back to a neutral spine from there. And then we're going to start the movement at the tailbone, and then through the low back, mid back, upper back, head. And then from there, initiate the movement from the chin, upper back, mid back, low back, pelvis. So we initiate the movement from the pelvis, low back, like a wave traveling through the spine. Head comes up last, and then the head initiates, chin tucks, round through the upper back, mid, low back, pelvis. We'll do one more like this. So initiate the movement at the pelvis, low back, mid back, upper back, head, and then chin to chest, upper back, mid back, low back, pelvis. Good. Coming to a neutral spine. And then from there, we'll take the ribs to the right, round through the spine, take it over to the left, and allow the chest to melt towards the ground. Ribs to the left, round to the ceiling, to the right, and to the center. So imagining you're in a big tube and you're trying to touch all of the parts of the tube with your body, taking it in that full direction, and then going in the other direction. Taking it in one more big circle. Coming back to neutral. And then from there, we're going to take a seat. So you can either sit on your shins if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can sit in any other sitting position that is comfortable for you. So we're going to bring our hands forward and just create little fists, bringing the arms a little bit wider than shoulders. And then from there, you're going to, from the shoulder blades, begin to lift the shoulders towards the ears. And then from there, you're going to slide the shoulder blades down. I want to limit the movement coming from the arms. So if you can see, I'm moving my arms here, and there's very little movement from the shoulder blades. So just getting a sense of shoulders lifting up towards the ears, and then sliding down the back. And again, lifting up towards the ears, sliding it back. And then we're going to bring that into a circular direction. So we're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears. We're going to draw the shoulder blades back, and this time the hands will move because they're attached to the arms. So we're going to slide them back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. And then we're going to reverse that. So bringing the shoulder blades towards each other, lifting them up towards the ears, moving them forward and down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, One more like this, back, up, forward, and down. Good. And then just releasing that, shaking the arms out. And then just going into a cross-legged seat if you're not already in one. And then from there, just beginning to bring your chin to your chest. Just getting a sense of just allowing the head to hang, maybe perhaps feeling a stretch through the back of the neck. And then from there, you're going to trace the chin along the collarbone over to one shoulder, and then tracing the chin back to center, and then over to the other side. And then from there, bringing it back to center. Do one more of those on each side, so it's slowly tracing chin across the collarbone, back to center, and then over to the other side. Bringing it back to center, and then get a sense of rolling up through the neck to bring the head back into that position on top of the head, on top of the body. So from there, we're going to bring the left ear towards the left shoulder, gently tucking the chin in. And get a sense of the arms reaching away. Bringing it back to center, and taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. And again, just gently tucking the chin in. Arms can lengthen away. Bringing it back to center. And then as we inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead. And then as we exhale, turn the palms, release the hands down. Turn the palms up, inhale. Rotate the palms out, exhale. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand down, and then side stretch over to the left, reaching through the right fingertips, anchoring down through that right hip. Get a sense of breathing into that right rib cage and just bending into your left elbow, and get a sense almost as if you're trying to push the ground away on that left side to create more space through the right side. Inhale, turn the palm up, coming back. Inhale, left arm reaches up, bending into the right elbow, reaching through that left fingertips. Get a sense of pushing the ground away with the right hand, grounding down through that left hip, and then coming all the way back. Go one more time to the left side. Maybe coming in a little bit deeper, bending into that left elbow, pushing the ground away, reaching through the right fingertips, grounding down through the right hip, and breathing into that right side. Coming back, taking it over to the right side. Again, using the breath into that left side of the rib cage to create more space. Coming all the way back up. Switching across of your legs. And then again, as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Rotate to the left. Bring the right hand onto the right hand onto the left knee, left hand behind. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up, bring in the chest back to center. Rotate to the right, left hand onto right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, arms reach up, rotate back to center, over to the left. Left hand behind, right hand onto left knee. Inhaling up, rotate to the right, right hand behind, left hand onto right knee. Inhaling back to center, right hand onto left knee, Left hand comes behind. This time, just taking a moment just to pause and breathe into this position. Spine lengthening. Feeling that rotation into the upper body. Inhaling, reaching arms up, rotating. Right hand comes behind, left hand onto left knee. Just pausing, breathing. Good. Inhaling, bringing the arms back up. Releasing the hands as you exhale. Lengthen the legs out in front of you. And then from there, we're just going to bring the hands to rest by your sides onto fingertips. And then from there, we're just going to stretch the tops of the feet and then draw the feet towards you. Stretching the tops of the feet away, drawing the toes towards you, heels away. Stretching the tops of the feet away, drawing them up. And then from there, we're just going to stretch the feet away and then just begin to make big circles. Seeing if you can begin to isolate that movement just into the ankles. What tends to happen is the hips can move instead of the ankles moving. So see if you can just feel that movement into the ankles. And then taking it in the other direction. Getting some nice movement going through the ankles. And then again, just pointing and flexing the ankles once again. And then from there, just bringing the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. You can either have your feet a little bit further away or closer in, depending on how it feels for you. And then from there, we're just going to press the elbows into the inner thighs. Soles of the feet are together. And then just getting a sense of lifting and lengthening through the spine. Just taking a moment here. Just breathing, settling. And then from there, get a sense of pressing the inner thighs into your elbows and your elbows into your inner thighs to create a little bit of resistance. And then letting that go. And then seeing if you can get a sense of allowing the knees to get a sense of dropping down towards the ground a little bit more. Again, settling into the breath. And then once again, pressing elbows into thighs, thighs into elbows, creating that resistance. Letting that go and seeing if you can get a sense of engaging the muscles to bring the thighs a little closer to the ground, spine lengthening forward, keeping the length. We'll do that one more time. So inner thighs press against the elbows, elbows into thighs, feeling that resistance. And then once again, can you feel that engagement through the outer hips as you try and press the thighs down towards the ground? Spine nice and tall. Good. And then we'll let that go. And then from there, we'll just come back onto our back. Back to where we started at the beginning. And then from there, we're going to begin to rock the pelvis forward and back. So if you start with the hands back onto the lower abdomen, Imagine that you have like a marble rolling between the thumb and the index finger. So you're just rolling the pelvis forward and back. And then from there, we're going to add on to that movement. So as you begin to roll the pelvis back, begin to lift the pelvis up off the ground and get a sense of rolling up through the spine. Actually, I'm going to take the prop from underneath my head. So begin to roll up through the spine. And then when you get into the top of that bridge position, get a sense of rolling back down through the spine, almost as if you're trying to lay each individual vertebra down one at a time. Noticing any parts of the spine that may be a little bit sticky and tend to move as one big clump. Rolling the pelvis forward, and then from there rocking it back, peeling the pelvis up off the ground, and almost as if you're trying to lift one segment of the spine up at a time. Coming to the top of your bridge, and then imagining again like your spine is like a pearl necklace, and you're wanting to lay one pearl down at a time, nice and slow, controlled. Rocking the pelvis forward when you get to that bottom position, and then once again rocking it back, rolling up through the spine, getting that nice individual movement through the spine, and then once again slowly rolling your way back down, arching through the spine, and then coming back to neutral, taking the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, and then once again just windshield wipering the legs from one side to another. And then from there, coming back into your constructive rest, or if it's comfortable to lengthen one leg out at a time, you can have the pillow underneath your head once again, either having your hands onto your lower abdomen or out to the sides. And once again, just allowing your body to settle and sink into the ground. Getting a chance once again to check in with your breath, with your body. So you can stay here for as long as you wish. Maybe set a timer on your phone for 5-10 minutes, giving your body rest. And I'm just going to leave the video end here.